Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about something that I've seen being discussed regarding Capcom potential chances of showcasing a brand new trailer for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak in the upcoming Gamescom presentation event, which is set to take place on August 23rd at 11 AM Pacific Time, 2 PM East Coast Time, or 7 PM British Time. I've seen not just many people in the community asking the same questions regarding if Capcom will be showcasing something based on previous precedents, as basically they have shown trailers for Iceborne in the past in this specific presentation. If you don't necessarily know, Gamescom is kind of the equivalent of what like E3 used to be and what Tokyo Game Show still is, which Tokyo Game Show will be taking place in September, and we'll be talking about that later in this video. But for right now, we basically know that this will be about a 2-hour event where they're going to showcase a bunch of trailers for not just recently revealed games or upcoming information for already active games, but also a ton of game reveals as well. Now, as far as Capcom is concerned, they have showcased trailers at Gamescom multiple times in previous years. You can go back to 2020, even 2019, and certainly 2018. They showcased multiple games there. Specifically when it comes to Monster Hunter though, the last time that they showcased anything at Gamescom was in 2019, where we got the story trailer for Volcana. This is something you should be seeing on the screen right now. Now, the context here is that the event actually took place on August 19th back in 2019, and Iceborne launched on September 6th of 2019, so a couple of weeks after this specific trailer and after that presentation. So it made a lot of sense for Capcom to go ahead and showcase a brand new trailer for their upcoming release. When it comes to Sunbreak, as of things stand right now, we're basically almost 2 months, surprisingly enough, time has passed very fast, almost 2 months removed from the launch of the game already, and we're already moving on to free title update number 2, so we're not necessarily, or Capcom is not necessarily all that desperate to showcase another trailer right away, since they basically kind of already gotten the bulk of the sales. And we know that thanks to their most recent social media postings, as they have just recently confirmed that the game has now sold, at the very least, Sunbreak has now sold north of 4 million copies worldwide. And in the Japanese Twitter account, they basically confirmed that base Rise has now sold over 11 million copies worldwide. So both games combined can do about 15 million copies together. So that's a pretty respectable number. They're not necessarily all that desperate to continue marketing all that quickly. So if I had to guess, if I had to lean any one specific way, I don't necessarily think Sunbreak is going to be making any sort of appearance specifically in this Gamescom presentation. Now, that does not rule out that Capcom will not be showcasing something here. I think Exoprimal is pretty much ripe for the picking when it comes to a game that is about to come out, and I think they're going to want to talk about more. They have been doing a pretty decent job talking about it, although people still just kind of think it's just a dinosaur hunting game, so it's not really, moving the needle in that regard if you're not interested in that type of genre of game. But I think they're most likely going to showcase a trailer for that, since we do know that game and both Resident Evil, Street Fighter 6, and a couple of others, including Sunbreak, are going to be part of Capcom's presentation for Tokyo Game Show, setting place on September 15th at 7 AM Pacific Time, 10 AM East Coast Time. So because we already know that Sunbreak will be getting a brand new trailer for free title update number 2 in about 3 weeks worth, I don't necessarily think we should be expecting anything when it comes to Sunbreak related at Gamescom here happening later today. So I just kind of wanted to touch upon this, as I've seen a lot of people discussing the potential of there being a brand new trailer at Gamescom. I don't think it's going to happen. There's all the signs point that basically they're just going to wait for Tokyo Game Show. Tokyo Game Show does seem to be like it's going to be a bigger deal than it has been in previous years. One of the biggest criticisms that we have seen regarding that specific presentation is that even Japanese publishers have kind of steered away from it in recent years, but this time around it seems like they're all kind of coming back. Koei Tecmo's having a presentation, Capcom is having a presentation, Square Enix is having a presentation, PlayStation is having some sort of presence there. We know Nintendo is also going to be doing something with Splatoon related there as well. So they seem to be pushing for doing something a little bit bigger than they have in the past. And if you're interested in Sunbreak news, we know that there's going to be something there, as we went over in the most recent video where Ryosu Sugimoto was teasing the brand new Brown Espinas as such species. I know a lot of people hit me up and asked me if it was actually orange or brown. I think there's some sort of translation thing going on there. I think it's brown directly translated from Japanese, but other languages it actually translates to naranja, which is like orange in Spanish, and other languages it translates in like French to orange as well. So there has been some sort of weird translation thing. I've also seen a lot of people hoping for white Espinas, but that's like a rare species, I believe. So I'm not necessarily sure. I don't think they're going to do that. We know it's going to be a subspecies, and it's most likely going to be brown/orange Espinas, not a white one, and certainly not Zenith, which is what a lot of people were also hoping as well. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you are going to watch that presentation, just remember that every single one of those Jeff Keighley events are about 3 hours long, and they basically showcase nothing but PC games and stuff that you kind of already saw if you have been paying attention to like IGN and stuff like that. So, you know, nothing necessarily all that revelatory. But if they do show a trailer for, you know, Sunbreak, we'll certainly be covering it here in this channel. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.